They've been around for more than 128 years, some 60 years just in Southeast Asia alone. Now, what makes their ASEAN group unique today? We spoke to Jebsen Jessen Group CEO Per Magnussen to find out more. Let's take a look. Jebsen Jessen Group's 5 core regional business units include cable technology, ingredients, life sciences, packaging and technology. With over 2,000 employees, the group has operational entities located in China, Indonesia, Malaysia, Myanmar, the Philippines, Singapore, Thailand and Vietnam. Their local presence, regional network, industry expertise, and global solutions enable them to do more for their over 20,000 customers. The group works as one to serve their customers across the region.
So I would say what has formed us as a group is to go with this change, to be able to adapt with this change and to capture those opportunities that change has. So not be stale and stagnant, but actually embrace it and be entrepreneurial and move with the change.
While some of the industries that the group is involved in are more competitive than others, they aim to only enter industries in which they are a market leader or in the top 3 or 5.
Being a market leader is of course a sign that you're successful, but it's also a necessity because you want to be relevant to your customers. You want to provide them with value. You want to make sure you really give them something. Otherwise, why should they be with you? And the same actually applies to other partners you have, whether it's your suppliers, they want to be with the best in the market, or it's your people. You want them to develop and they want to be with the best in the market. So we always say that in any segment we want to be a top 3. That ensures that you are relevant to all stakeholders and that you can provide this development for your staff and provide relevance to your customers.
Per clinched the ACES Awards for the Outstanding Leaders in Asia category. He owned this win to harmonious teamwork and rejoiced both successes and failures as the pinnacle of a company's achievement.
You always have to realize that it's all a team effort. It's the people and the whole company that achieve something together. It's not a leader. It's not the leader itself. It's the company as an organism that achieves something. And when we fail, that I think that's a true testimony to an organization and your culture, because it's very easy to celebrate successes, to pat each other on the shoulder and take credit for that. It's when we fail that you set the culture. Because if you criticize failure, if you go after the failure and start analyzing too hard why you failed, you will ensure that people will not take risks in the future. People will stop doing new things because new things means that you risk failing.
He also shared his thoughts on what make good leaders.
As a leader, I think the most you can aspire for is to be respected. So you want to be predictable. You want to make sure people understand why you're doing certain things and why decisions are necessary, but you can never do decisions that people will always be positive about. And in the moment when you make decisions, many people will be of course impacted negatively. That could always happen. And what you can hope for and wish for is that down the line, when the emotion has faded and things have moved on, that people understand and respect and can fully embrace why this change happened.
This is Jebsen Jessen's Wall of Fame. That was what I was told. So we spoke to Per to find out why are all of these the pride of the company.
Each picture represents one event when a person has worked 25 years with a group. And we actually have 330 to 340 people who have worked 25 years or more with a group. And what I really enjoy is when we do this and when they reach that milestone, we actually go out to wherever that is and whoever it is and spend a day together, or at least an evening together. They invite their friends or at least their family, they invite their colleagues, and we spend the time together. And I'm amazed at what they tell me and what I see during those meetings, because it can be like a worker in Balikpapan or Surabaya. He has worked many years with us, and his whole family has benefited from his work with us. They've been able to build a house and bring their kids up through school. And it shows the symbiosis, because we as a company are equally dependent on that person has worked with us this time, acquired knowledges, been very loyal and diligent, and worked with the company for all these years.
So, with Magnussen at the helm, the story of Jebsen and Jessen continues, with the group always keeping afloat with changing times, a feat that is reflected in its logo.
The fishes you see in the middle are actually mackerel. And mackerel is a unique fish in that it doesn't have a swim bladder. So, which means that if the mackerel stops swimming, it will sink down. It will not survive, which is a very good symbolic for a company as well. We as a company, we have to keep moving. You have to adapt with the times, you have to change with the technologies, and being in Southeast Asia, there's a lot of adversity, there are military coups, there are elections, there's a lot of challenges here. So if you don't keep moving, you stagnate and you will not survive. So the mackerel is a good symbolism of that.
Hence, the story of the mackerel, which has paved the way for Jebsen and Jessen to operate and succeed in an ever-changing environment. I'm Anne Edwards for Beacons.